Hello everyone and welcome to the Harkonnen's Quick Reviews. Today we're going to talk about the KV-220, a tank that you can get for free on the monthly missions. So first impressions, we got a KV-3 plus a KV-1 together in one tank. So the KV-220, it's a KV-3 chassis plus a KV-1 turret and gun. In terms of armor, we can see that the only difference between the KV-3 and this one is that the front armor it's less than the KV-3. So we got 100mm in the front, 80mm on this upper plate. We got 75 in the turret, 75 on the side as well of the turret. We got 100mm on the side of the chassis, and we got 80mm on the back of the chassis, plus 75 on the back of the turret. So if you're playing against him and you're on the same tier, there's very few tanks that can actually penetrate this armor. The best choice is actually to shoot on the driver's edge or even on the turret, because on the front plate you'll have 100mm, plus if it's angled it's going to start going up. Or try to shoot on this upper plate up here, there's only 80mm and you pretty much have loads of chances to put the shot in. Another area that you can shoot is this, the machine gun area. And here is only 80mm as well, so it's quite easy to put a shell through here. If you're flanking him, don't forget that the side armor is 100mm, so if you don't penetrate more than 100mm, don't shoot the side area, shoot the side of the turret because it's only 75. If you're shooting from the behind, remember that the lower part of the engine is 100mm as well. So it's like on the KV-5, you should shoot on the upper part, which is only 80mm thick. Talking about the firepower, now the gun is exactly the same gun as the KV-1, is 76mm is 5. So the penetration with APCR is 121, with AP it's 99. The average damage on each shell is 110, and the damage per minute is 1865. The accuracy of the gun is 0.46, but you can put it down to 0.42 if you use the perks and skills. If you use the gun laying drive, you put it down the aiming time as well, from 2.3 to 1.91. And the elevation of this gun is 24 degrees and the depression is only 8 degrees, so you have to be careful with this. The engine has a power of 650 horses. Speed limitations are going forward 33 km per hour, going reverse 10 km per hour. The chassis reverse speed it's only 20 degrees per second, so it's quite sluggish when trying to turn. The view range of the KV-220 is 310 meters, the signal range is 360, and the camera values they're not great. In terms of matchmaking, he only catches tier 5s and 6s, which is really good for it. If you're top tier, you'll be able to do quite a lot of damage and you'll be able to penetrate almost any tank in the game. Now that we know more about the KV-220, let's see some battles with it. So on this battle I'm not top tier. As you can see, the enemy team has 2 more tier 6 than my team. I tried to get a position near the flag as soon as I start the game, so I can use the side scraping position to use 100mm from the side armor. The problem is, as I don't have enough view range to spot any enemy tanks beyond the J line, soon enough I start getting penetrated from the front when I am looking for targets. We got an Hellcat shooting my track first, and we got another shot, another one, and even the T1 heavy tank can actually pen my front armor. Soon, in a few seconds, I'm reduced to 200 HP points, which is quite low. I should have never tried to spot anything in there. Thing is, we got 100mm in the front, but there's quite a lot of guns that can actually pen it because it's quite flat. So you need to actually try to angle it a little bit so you can actually take advantage of it. So after this point, I try to play it more careful I can. We got the VK 3002M trying to push in there, and we got the enemy team trying to push on the other side as well. Again, this VK comes forward, I detract him, and because of my rate of fire is quite high, I can actually destroy him before he can destroy me. So as you can see, the city is quite clear on, so I start pushing a little bit through the rail tracks with this KV-1 that is behind me. We got a Cromwell in there on the back trying to do kill our SPG, but I got 2 tanks in there that are able to come back and deal with him, which is quite good. I start pushing with the KV-1 in here. Spot a Hellcat just right after this. I missed the shot. As you can see, the accuracy on this gun is not the best one. The Hellcat actually didn't penetrate me, which was quite lucky for me because I was only 77 HP points, allowed me to survive, kill the scout that was coming through here. And there's only 3 tanks left, the T-14, which I cannot go over there because I don't have enough speed. I detect the Churchill one in there. First one near the tracks. Was the first one near the tracks and I cannot pen. And I deal another one of 101 in there. And that's the last time I actually do any damage because I was afraid of this Panzer IV Sturm that will flank me. So I tried to ignore the Churchill one a little bit and I wasn't able to do any more damage. As you can see, it wasn't a great battle. I only had 2 kills and 716 damage. So it was an average battle, which is kind of good for being matched against tier 6s, and they got more tier 6 than us. So let's see the post-battle results. So as we can see, this wasn't a great battle. It was a victory, 3rd class, worth for the 3rd class in experience. 2082, it's a double, so it's half of that, 35,992 credits. If you look at the team results, I was 3rd one in experience and 5th one in damage, 832 with 2 kills. I actually must have done a blind shot that I didn't notice with the XVM. So in the end, after the repairs of the vehicle and the ammunition resupply, I had a profit of 32,238 credits, which is not too bad for a premium tank of tier 5. As you well know, the profit of these tanks is related to the tier and the damage you do, so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't a great battle, but we'll still be able to do 30,000 credits, which is quite good. On this replay on Winter Immelsdorf, as you can see, I'm top tier, so I can use the full potential that the tank has to offer. I tried early in the game, to push on the 3 line, as soon as I saw that there was no the enemies in there doing a quick push, I moved to the center so I can deal with the scouts and any income enemy that might try to push through the middle. So easy targets the first few enemies, as the gun has 99 penetration on average, but as soon as I tried to shoot a Matilda, as you can see, I got a lot of problems penetrating it. Accuracy is not the best, so even trying to aim at 250 meters from the enemy and trying to aim to his weak spots, it's almost impossible to actually pen it. So I tried to move to a more favorable position for the gun. And here, as you can see, I'll be facing the Matilda front on, and I load out an APCR, no problem whatsoever to pin it. So back to AP rounds, and I start pushing through the middle, making some pressure on the enemy team. Let's fast forward a little bit. And I got the Stuk 3 on my left, which is quite a threat because he has a good gun and he can pen me. So now I start moving to the right now. So Su-85 has a gun that can actually do some damage to me. Easy for him to actually pen me. Not so easy for me to actually pen him. So fast forwarding a little bit more. I start going around the enemy team. I start facing them. As you can see in here, the accuracy is not the best. I didn't let the aim reticle actually close enough. And even the front of the Stuk 3, it's quite hard for this gun to pen. So I start taking damage from them, but because I had support from behind, it wasn't much of a danger or a threat for me to die. So Su-85 I start trying to aim to its spots, and I try to finish with a Su-85, but my Shinokai decides that he wants to have the kill, so he tracks me and I get a little bit raged as well. We track him as well. So I got another kill in here, so I killed I missed that shot, and I got the kill for the M37. So after I killed his arty, as you can see, I did 1,384 damage. 5 kills, was quite a good battle. Let's have a look at the post results of the battle. So on this one, 1,488 experience points, second class victory. 45,415 credits, which is not too bad for 1,384 damage. As you can see, I was a top damage dealer, almost with 500 points more than the second one, and I had 992 base experience points. In the end, because of the consumables I had to use, plus the ammunition for the APCRs, I had to waste 6,000 credits in ammunition and use 1,500 on consumables. So out of the 45,000, I was only able to get 36,000 credits. So even if you use a little bit of gold, some consumables, you are actually able to do quite a lot of credits for its tier. So as we saw, the KV-220 is not a bad tank to add to your collection. Allows you to do between 30 to 40,000 credits profit if you have a premium account, which is not bad for a premium tier 5. So is it worth to play with light tanks for the whole month to get it? No, only if you really want it and if you really have time, because the mission is quite complicated and it's gonna be really time consuming for you to get a tank that is only worth 1,500 gold. So I hope you enjoyed the KV-220 review, and the next episode is going to be about the Type 62, another tank you can get for free on the monthly missions. Thank you everyone for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Facebook. Until then, have a great time playing World of Tanks.